Welcome back to the basement dwellers. Welcome back to What We Do in the Basement. I am your host, Kevin Rambaran, and also your DM. And as always, I am joined by Thomas Tolles.
I'm Thomas Tolles. I play Anous Weasel, and I am still continuing my jet setting. I am coming to you this week from the Big Rock Candy Mountain, the fantasy utopia that hobos dream of, with cigarette trees and hens that lay soft-boiled eggs.
So we've transcended the geographical now.
I could only think of 6 countries, and then I had to improvise.
Well, the Big Rock County Mountain, I think, is in Prague.
Oh, yeah.
And you also used America twice. Last episode, you said you were in Paris, Texas.
Well, Texas, you'll find, is not part of my America, Kevin.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm also joined by Luke Cessalon.
Hi, folks. My name is Luke, and I'm playing Frank the Bloodpath Abomination. And I'm really hoping to add more crying spots to Frank's list of where he sheds tears.
Wonderful. I'm here with Jesse Bergen.
Hi, I play old McGinty. He's a pastry chef, and he's a bit of a crusty old man, you could say.
Jesus.
We have fun
I'm
here.
with Natasha Durant.
Rael, pardon me, Rael Nilo. It's been a while. If I just lay here, will you lie with me? Because I'm always dead. Always.
This is Tasha's way of digging at me for attacking the characters. Thomas, did you say who you play, or did you?
I did say Anous Weasel, but I said yeah.
Good. Okay.
I mean, the important thing is the runner now of where he's recording from. That takes a lot of the mental focus.
Yeah, honestly, I think about it from the beginning of the recording to the beginning of the next recording.
Wonderful. Well, folks, we're here. We're ready to play. I guess we can dive right in and start off with a recap. Last episode, your friend, bandit leader Alador Castros, found you at the Saucy Tart as you had finished dispatching a choker and an imp, seemingly sent by the ruler of the Underdark, Lolth. He told you to accompany him back to Lorenzo's hideout quickly and explained that most of his bandits had fled after seeing what was inside. You opened the door to find a brutal crime scene and dispatched a zombified ogre that had previously bested Anous in the fighting pit. You gathered evidence to deduce that the culprit could be found near the bay, and Alador sent you in a carriage toward that part of town. You came across 3 buildings: the Church of Raspian, the library, which was not the butcher shop that was called the library that you passed on your way there, and the graveyard. For seemingly no reason, Anous and Frank tried to trick Rael and McGinty into thinking they were going to the graveyard, but actually intending to go to the library.
We had We had a reason. All will be revealed, Kevin.
Okay. And Rael and McGinty tried to trick Anous and Frank into thinking they were going to the graveyard while also planning to go to the library. But instead of this, none of you went to the library, and you all went into the graveyard.
Sorry, just to clarify, did they have a good reason to trick us or no reason at all?
I assume no one had any reason.
At any time, if you ask me, I'll tell you the reason we did that.
Yeah, and my reason was deeply embedded in my complex backstory.
Right. Of course.
The actual reason, for the sake of the story, was that Anous was a little disturbed by how violent the other 2 were, and he wanted to hang out with Frank, who seemed more his speed.
I feel so bad for making fun of you now.
Well, you should. Good. Let's start on a really sour note.
Yeah, let's build some deep animosity between DM and player. But, okay, so at the graveyard, you all entered the large mausoleum which holds the bodies of 2 families who used to carry a lot of clout in the town of Willowhelm, the Belwicks and the Lockports. You discovered a secret door to the lower level of the mausoleum, and the jocks hid behind the nerds as you all descended into the staircase. That's not my terminology, by the way. That's your guys' terminology.
I don't even remember who was who, to be honest.
We were the jocks. They were nerds.
they're clearly the jerks of the group. It's been established.
It's pronounced jocks, actually.
Yes. Get it right.
When you guys got down the staircase, you discovered a working area for the people who, manned the graveyard that seemed to have been sort of left and destitute. But there was a puzzle written in Sylvan on the wall. Anous used his knowledge of the Fey language and revealed a puzzle involving 3 vases. After McGinty got his hand stuck in a vase and used his sneaky skills to get out, you all figured out what the right order of the nameplates were. Suddenly, you were attacked by a vile barber and a darkling elder, or White Eyes, as you named him. While the vile barber dealt some serious blows and almost killed Rael, Anous tried to convince White Eyes to stop fighting and return to his family that it seemed that he had. Instead, White Eyes stuck their own head inside of one of the vases, despite you all trying to comfort them and put them out of their misery in a, maybe cleaner way. White Eyes suffered a nightmarish death. Frank put his T-ball skills to use and killed the vile barber while also knocking out Anous and giving him an unintentional, slightly cooler haircut. And then you guys stuffed a cheese bun in Anous's mouth, brought him back up, and, things seemed to be a little bit better. Uneasy tension started to subside, and the glowing emblem in the wall, the question mark that looks like a letter F, faded back into the wall. And that's where we are now. So, you guys are in this dungeon basement of a mausoleum. The torches are lit back up. Things seem kind of calm in there. You just killed the vile barber, who puffed into smoke, and the darkling elder also puffed into smoke.
I think
Anous
is looking for a reflective surface to sort of check out his new do. Is there anything that he could find like that?
Like maybe your own shield?
What?
I was gonna say that one of you has a mirror. I know that for sure.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
But
we
if
have, like,
he's
a
got some sort of illusion hair, it's not going to show up.
Well, I borrow the mirror from whoever's been holding it, and I examine, and I think Anous is a little bit impressed. He's kind of like preening for the mirror. He's excited about this.
Love it.
I really expected that barber to be better at small talk.
God damn
Maybe
it.
that's why he's so vile. Just terrible bedside manner.
He literally gutted and dismembered people. And you're like, maybe people don't like him because he's unpleasant.
Does anyone have a comb that I could borrow?
What's a comb?
It's sort of like a saw, but it's not as sharp. It might be used to really style this thing I've got going on up here. Don't you like it?
Oh, well, I have a saw. Do you want to try that? No?
I don't really, but I will anyway. Anous tries to style his hair with the saw.
Judging by
Anous, wait, hold on a second. I want a performance check.
Yes,
from
okay.
Anous. I want to see how this works.
Okay. Pretty good. 18.
That's a pretty nice haircut you got there, buddy. Pretty nice haircut. Everybody's a little impressed.
But only a little.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
anything's better than the bowl cut from before.
I should have made him roll it with advantage.
Anous uses his saw to comb some of it over his right eye, so he looks a little haunted.
Is this your emo phase?
We'll see.
He is haunted. He's always haunted.
Yeah. But now it's a choice, so he owns it. Is there any way we might investigate that glowing signal that we received in the wall, or is that sort of taken care of at this point?
It's still there. It's embossed into the wall, sort of almost as if it were an engraving that used to be glowing previously. So it's lost its the light source in it, or the glow that it was giving off is no longer there. But you can still see the shape of it in the wall.
Rael, you're an out of towner, so to speak. Is this ringing any bells for you?
What in particular? This room?
The
this
symbol, the
symbol?
weird question mark with an F.
Can you all give me history checks?
Sure.
17 from Anous.
7 for Frank.
19 Rael.
Natural 20 for a 22.
Whoa.
Oh boy. Okay, so
I live here.
We're in the saucy tart.
Yeah, oh, my bakery.
Frank, what did you roll?
7. Frank is not from here.
Yeah.
You don't even
Frank,
go
you
here.
Frank, you don't recognize the symbol whatsoever.
The mausoleum was built in the year 2034.
Yeah. Well, McGinty pulls
It used
out
to
it
be a
becomes
butcher shop.
yeah.
In a way, it still
Before-
is.
Before a library. I'll say with the roles that Anous and Rael got, you guys both realize you've seen the symbol before in a few places or a few pieces of literature here and there. Not entirely sure what it's in reference to. Anous, I'll say that because you understand Sylvan, the F on the F shape is like a Sylvan F. So it reads mostly like an F to you than anybody else. McGinty, with your natural 20, you understand, maybe from your knowledge of, your darker past, you understand that this is definitely a sigil of some kind, a sigil of some kind of organization or culture that you have absolutely seen in the past, but it's often popped up only around mysterious circumstances, maybe things that have been less explicable to you, things that you haven't directly worked on or tried to figure out. But yes.
What does it mean to me? I got a 19.
Right. So you and Anous both. I think that you've seen it in a few different places. I'll say this.
Oh,
actually,
so it just
Rael,
looks like an F. Okay, cool.
Well, I'll say this, Rael, with your you've never seen it in the Underdark, but you've heard them talk about it. You've heard people mention it, and you've seen it places. It is known to McGinty and to Rael as the symbol of the wild, is what it's called.
Hey, Kevin, could we just go into some heavy detail about exactly how much Frank understands about this?
Sure.
I think we may have missed that. Just
So like a blank void of space.
All right.
Basically, whenever some weird ass shit goes down, you can find this crazy F.
Hold on.
Yes.
Where you guys looking? I don't see an F or anything anywhere.
Well,
Frank,
it's
right here.
Over here, Frank.
Right here.
Oh.
F. Right
Frank
there.
doesn't even know.
Frank, your head's in a vase.
Oh no.
Look, I believe that we should report back what the vile barber has done. I mean, this creature was seemingly of pure evil, with admittedly some room for redemption, but c'est la vie. We should tell the people in town what's happened to our friends.
Yeah, Kevin, what is the security force? Is there a town watch? Is there a town guard?
There used to be. Before Aster Goldforth took over the country, things were different in places all around, and specifically in a place like Willowhelm, there was a mayor. There was a governmental structure there that has sort of since pretty much been disbanded. The mayor keeps some people on his payroll because of the value that he's accrued over just being a noble when this all went down. But there's no real governorship. There's no real authoritative police force aside from the Tall Guard, which works for the Goldforths and really just comes down to collect taxes. Enforce their sort of whatever line of thinking they want. So, and where you guys are at the bay by the edge of town, it's a little more rural. There's less buildings and things like that around. There are still some, but the only things that are really within kind of walking distance without getting a carriage would be the other two buildings that you saw previously. That's the Church of Raspian and the library. So that's kind of your surroundings right now.
So the mayor is more of a figurehead?
Yeah, I mean, he had authority. He was sort of unremarkable when he was ruling prior. But now that there is essentially a new ruler of the whole country, he's sort of just a guy who has money who happens to be there. He can't do anything because the Goldforths have come into every town, every city, and said, do whatever you want, but give us this amount. and the mayor has become fairly ineffective in his, like, even more ineffective. So
Perhaps we could investigate this symbol at the local library and find out what its purpose and origin are.
Well, I don't know how going to a butcher shop's gonna help, but if you want.
Well, I was thinking about steak for supper. It might not be a bad idea.
No, I mean the actual library, the place where the books and knowledge are held, where many a month of mine was spent in my youth.
Nerd.
I agree. I gotta say that I'm just curious about the potential of this F letter. Sounds like it'd be part of really good words and good names, whomever they may be.
Wait a minute. Frank. F. McGinty turns and raises his crossbow. Are you playing dumb with us?
I think this is going way too far, McGinty. Frank just didn't notice it. I don't think we need to start shooting each other. We die often enough as it is.
Hey!
Sorry, she points her crossbow at me.
Frank kind of like sees a game going, and he takes his sickle and also points it at Anous.
Okay. Look, I recently took a vow of nonviolence, so this feels incredibly unfair. I believe in peace and justice and truth for all.
All right. Everyone put their weapons down at the same time, slowly now. No sudden movements. Frank?
I'm sorry. I got startled.
Everybody put theirs down, but Frank's is still pointed at Anous.
Yeah, let's go to the library.
Okay, so as you guys exit the mausoleum, you see it's still nightfall. It's still dark out. It's sort of like dead of the middle of the night now. You guys look over to the library. It's a large wooden building from outside. As you approach, you can see that the lights are just being extinguished inside, and someone seems to be kind of locking up, finishing their work in there. There's like a short path of gravel up to it, and it just hasn't been used that much. So people are not there as much. So these things are sort of just being kind of kept up a little bit. The same way the graveyard was just sort of kind of held together, the same thing kind of goes for this library. And this old woman opens the door, and you can see sort of she's got a little bit of a hunch in her back. She walks with a cane, and she's just locking up the door with a key that hangs around her neck.
Anous is a little bit agitated around this woman just based on her appearance.
Sure.
Don't worry. I know this woman. She plays cards with Harriet every Thursday.
Why don't you talk to her if you know her well?
I'll see what I can do.
Just a reminder that the last time McGinty said hi to a woman, we fought immediately.
That's true.
McGinty, this woman, she plays cards with Harriet every Thursday. Since things have gotten kind of dire, those card dates have sort of slipped a little bit less frequently. But I would also say that this is one of those people that is like, sees your wife with frequency, spend some time with her, but you're not really close.
Right.
You don't really know her that well. She talks to you guys a little bit. She's maybe come over for dinner once. Her name is Felina. That's Felina.
Yeah, I'll walk up. Hello.
Oh, hello there.
Hey, Felina.
Is that you, McGinty?
Yeah.
How are you?
Harriet's husband.
Yes, that's right.
You're locking up for the day?
That's correct. Just packing things up here. Is that what brings you to this part of town at this hour?
We just wanted to do some research. I'm coming up with a new pie. And could you mind if we just go grab a couple books? We'll be in and out in 5 minutes.
I understand. I mean, it's quite late. McGinty, we closed 3 hours ago. I've just been pottering around here, cleaning up and doing some organizing. I mean, we have quite strict people in charge of things now. I'm not sure I can just let you come on into the library anytime.
Look, lady, I am craving pie. Let us go in there for 5 minutes.
Oh, this is Rael. This is Anous.
Anous does a stealth check as soon as you introduce him. And I do have disadvantage because I'm wearing chainmail.
Wait a minute, you're doing a stealth check? He's
Well, I'm trying to
introducing you?
hide in that moment as he starts to introduce me.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And with disadvantage, I got a 9.
So, Anous, you're like bigger than a lot of these people in terms of just like you're the strong one out of the group here. So you stand behind Rael, but she's like too like thin and tall for you to stand behind.
Yeah, I like he's trying to hide behind my cape, by, like just covering his face with his eyes peeking over.
He looks like a little boy, but he's like yeah.
He's mostly harmless.
Listen, I don't want to be rude, McGinty, but at the same time, I can't just let people come and go as they please.
Okay, look, I lied about the pie. I think it's best to come clean. What this is really about.
Okay.
Are you guys okay with that? I think we should just put our cards on the table.
I sort of
no joke.
I sort of whisper to McGinty, how well do you know this woman? Do you trust her with your life?
Well, I know Harriet has never caught her cheating at cards, so I think that's the best we can do. And if I know anything about librarians, it's that they take the rules very seriously.
Okay. Go ahead. Sorry, it's my own hang-ups. It's not your fault.
We'll talk about this
You
later.
seem to be shaking, young man. Is everything okay?
Yes, I am a good boy, lady. Felina.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you guys would be on your way then, and I'll be on mine. Yes.
You know the town has been attacked recently, right? The clock tower incident.
Yes, at the bell tower.
Sorry, yes, the bell. It depends which way side you're looking at it. One of the sides
There's
has
a
a
clock on
face.
the other side.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Everybody, on my side of town calls it the bell tower.
It's
On
true.
your side of town,
Yeah,
they
people
call
in the
it
south
clock
call it the
tower.
lighthouse. It's very confusing.
Yeah,
Um,
it's very, very confusing.
We
yes.
think that these attacks are connected, and honestly, we just narrowly escaped one about half an hour ago. And we think there's something in the library that could help us figure out who's attacking Willowhelm.
Interesting. So you think that? I mean, we know that the bell tower was the Goldforths and the Tall Guard. Yes. Those giants came in, and that half giant just walked away with that young man, Mr. Pyre. And you were attacked recently. You said, did a giant attack you?
No, it was some sort of. How would you describe him, everyone?
He was a vile barber. You know, like someone who cuts hair, but they're vile.
Ah, yes, I know exactly who you're talking about. Peter Jacksgard over at the barbershop down the lane.
No.
Vile man he is.
This was much like Peter, but this one had supernatural powers.
I'll tell you, Peter's supernatural ability was to be terrible at small talk. He would talk to me for about the most mundane things for hours.
Wait, that actually
Was he?
that does sound like this guy, actually.
Yeah. Do you guys think we killed this Peter guy?
Look,
Did you kill
we found
Peter?
If you'll excuse me, we found some people who were mutilated by this man. We hunted him to the graveyard. We vanquished him, and there was a symbol that we are just trying to investigate. Please and thank you.
Frank, did you draw that symbol? Did you make a note of it for us?
I'll be honest. You never introduced me to your friend here, and I've been holding a grudge this entire
did. I definitely did. I think it just got overshadowed by Anous trying to do a stealth check. But I definitely did. This is Frank.
Look, I just don't want to become the new Anous of the group.
Whoa, what does that mean? What is there? Is there a special role that I have?
She started to get a little impatient.
Listen,
with you
did
guys.
none of us take a note of what the symbol looked like? That seems short-sighted.
I think.
We can say that.
Yeah,
one of you
I
drew
remember
it.
it was a Sylvan F. Now, may I please make a persuasion check with this woman? I'm going to really put my best foot forward and say, I really do insist that we need to look around now.
Whoa.
Okay, give me a persuasion check.
Okay, it was a 13.
13. A 13. The woman sort of straightens her back up a little bit and looks at the four of you. Her face turns serious, and she says, "Listen, I like you, McGinty. I think you're very nice, and I think your friends are interesting, and I'm sorry that you're trying to fix something and solve a problem. But right now, it is very late. I am very tired, and I want to go home." And she, her expression turns very stern, and she kind of, stamps her cane on the ground.
Why don't we just come back tomorrow when they're open? I just thought of that.
No, I think we've reached an impasse. I think there's no option except conflict.
Can I try something? Rael would like to try something. She would kind of step back and then disguise herself, using disguise self, into the mayor.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna step back. Are you gonna go hide in the bushes?
She can comfortably.
Go around the corner of the building and then
she
come
goes
back.
around a noose because I'm bigger than her.
Wait
a minute.
While all that yapping was happening, I got really bored, and so that I was following some sparkly pebbles, and then I had the good idea because obviously Anous was failing hard, so I'm changing into the mayor.
Okay, here's what I'll say. Because of your recent sort of, I guess, move to Willowhelm and your new position there, your knowledge of what the mayor looks like, you have some, but it's not great. So it's you've seen him once or twice, but this is tough. So you pull off you disguise yourself as the mayor. So this woman is arguing with the four of you. One of you just walks away during the argument, and then suddenly the mayor has walked up. So,
please describe what he looks like.
May I ask, do we know that she's done this, or do we also think it's the mayor?
I mean, currently she has not communicated anything to you guys. So the mayor's name is Mayor Catolin. First name Jared Catolin. And Jared is I'm not going to give you too much information, Rael, because you don't know enough about the mayor.
Yeah, what does he look like? Is the only thing.
So yeah, he's a shorter man. He's a little stout, and he's balding. He wears spectacles that often sit at the end of his nose, and he is sort of always seems put upon. Always seems like there's something wrong going on that he is just sort of overwhelmed by, but to the point of ambivalence. So he's a human.
I need a nighttime story.
Mr. Mayor!
Excuse me.
Mr. Mayor!
Sorry.
Yes.
I need a nighttime story, is what he said.
This is definitely the mayor, I'll tell you that.
Yes, it is indeed me, Mr. Catolin, Mayor Catolin, but to you, call me J-Man.
Wow. J-Man.
What an auspicious...
As soon as I'm old enough, you have my vote.
Well, thank you, young man. It's good to know. Now through true unity, Rael's like, hey, it's me. Don't worry, I'm getting us in. And then the mayor
has psychic
winks.
powers?
Yes, Felina, I was having some trouble falling asleep, and I need a nighttime story. Be a doll and let me in and take a peruse.
Actually, Mayor, if you want a nighttime story, I can just tell you one instead.
Frank, stop! Frank!
I prefer the written word, you heathen.
You.
I like your religiosity, Mayor. I appreciate that we're bringing Mother and God back to town.
McGinty's also just gonna say again, we could just come back tomorrow morning when it's open.
No, I need me sleepy time story, like Mama used to say.
Mama used to say
Felina,
that.
step aside.
Mama used to
Let's
say.
let Felina respond. Let's see what the good woman thinks.
I need.
This has got to be some sort of deception roll, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I need a deception check, please, Rael.
24.
Ooh, 24. Holy moly. Felina stares at you closely. And
The mayor stares right back at her.
well, Mr. Mayor, if you need to come inside the library, I suppose I can't quite stop you, although I'm not sure that you even have jurisdiction here anymore, but I guess you were always kind to the library when you were around.
Indeed.
Come on in. And she sort of unlocks the door, and then she sort of motions for, she puts her cane out to stop the other three of you, and is like, now, you're not with the mayor. The mayor is here for a nighttime story.
Well, if it matters, I also would like a nighttime story.
Oh, come on, Felina. Let them have their own nighttime stories.
Give me a persuasion check.
14.
Felina looks at you and says, "Please make it quick, Mr. Mayor. It's late." And sort of keeps her stick in front of Anous and Frank and McGinty.
Anous is just gonna do an insight check while saying, I've been thinking it's strange that your name starts with an F, and there was an F in that crypt where we saw those bodies, and he just watches her face to see if it changes at all. Pretty good. I got 19.
19. You don't think that the expression that she's making is one of that would necessarily tie her into that like, you don't think that she has much to do with the things that went on with the vile barber, but there does seem to be something that she does not want to reveal. Yes.
Frank's gonna go in for a handshake.
Handshake.
Felina, it has been a pleasure to meet you. And he kind of extends his hand out to her non-cane hand. Hopefully it's her left hand or right hand.
Hopefully it's one of her two hands.
Yes.
Hopefully it's her left hand or her
third
right
hand comes
What-
out of her
yeah,
clothes.
yes, springs out of her floor. The thing she's trying to conceal is her third hand out of the back of her head.
That's how you get him, Yeah.
She takes your hand and shakes it.
As Frank is shaking the hand, he puts his other hand on her hand and just kind of rolls up the sleeve, and he's looking for a rice
Spice
tattoo.
tattoo? Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn
I saw
you.
where that was going.
God damn you to hell.
Frank, give me a sleight of hand check.
I don't know if Frank's gonna be stealthy. I think Frank's just like blatantly doing it.
How do you stealthily roll somebody's sleeve up?
I thought you were just trying to like pop it up briefly to see it. You're like fully rolling it up. If you're fully rolling it up, don't give me a check.
I don't know. Frank is gonna try to be stealthy with a solid 18.
Yeah, no. So, she when that happens, she immediately grabs your other hand.
And raises my
she
sleeve.
Flips her wrist. She immediately grabs your other hand and says, "What is your plans here exactly?"
Mary had a little lamb
Cut away.
or 3 little pigs.
Even inside the library, she's in character.
Yeah, she's forgotten the whole reason we're here and is now just reading children's books.
Yeah, Rael has forgotten what purpose. We cut to the inside of the library.
Are you okay?
The mayor
Whoa.
The mayor has been trapped under a bookshelf.
Yeah. For our listeners, Natasha just did a cartwheel.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Tash, did you fully enter the library, or are you still sort of in the doorway?
Well, I was lingering a little bit, but then with all the discussion happening, I kind of went a little bit further in and started perusing, looking for a window perhaps to let everybody in as soon as, I don't know, whatever. Or we could just talk via True Unity, one of the two. Be like, hey, what should I look for, fellas?
Okay. So, as things are starting to get a little tense out at the doorway, Rael, as you look in there, it is really dark. All the lights are out. All the torches are out. It's really, really dark. It feels dusty. It feels musty in there. You get the sense that there's like a lot less stuff in here than you would expect. There is when people think of libraries, they think of shelves and shelves and shelves of books and books and books. And there's a few of those here, but a lot of the shelves are totally empty. A lot of the literature that used to be there seems to not be there. Things don't really seem to be that well taken care of. It just looks like it seems almost as if it's not really being used as a library anymore. Now that Felina has caught you, Frank, trying to what's going to be your explanation to her? She's asking you what it is that you want.
Well, if I'm honest, I was just trying to see if you were part of this ancient secret organization that I've been hunting down for the last number of years.
Everybody roll initiative except for Rael.
Oh no.
Oh no, she's definitely a part of the rice cult.
Fellas, what's taking you so long? Come on.
Anous got a 14.
We're just dealing with some Frank backstory stuff.
Okay, well, I guess I'll keep looking then. While they're initiating, can I do, I guess, an investigation check and stuff?
Here's what I'll say. There's going to be, I'll give you this. There's 4 sections to the library. There's the filled bookshelves, there's the empty bookshelves, there's the seating area, and there's the front area. Those are the 3 kind of main spaces you can quickly access from where you are. What I'm going to get you to do is go ahead and give me checks for each of those in each round of combat to see if you can find something. And I'm also going to get you to do perception checks as we go through each round of combat to see if you can hear what's going on. So I'll actually get you to roll initiative as well, Rael.
All right.
I do like the idea of like a split screen of her calmly looking through books while we're being beaten down by this old lady.
Just destroyed.
She has 6 seconds per round to look at a section of the library.
It's just her like on a computer scrolling through like the different directories.
The articles, yeah.
Anous, what did you get?
14.
Frank?
5.
McGinty?
I got a nat 1, so 4.
Woof. And Rael.
A 10.
Top of initiative order, that is going to be Anous. Now, what Felina has done has sort of, I guess, shoved Frank away and flicked her cane in a way that suddenly a blade comes out of the end. It's a sword cane, of course. She stands at the ready to attack, but Anous, your tense approach to this woman has made it so that you are a little bit ready. So you go first. What do you want to do?
I think Anous is going to cast sleep on her.
Okay.
Really bad rolls. 17.
17 does not do it.
This is just a misunderstanding. Look, she's a friend of mine. We're all a little bit tired. We almost got killed. Everyone put your weapons down. Frank, apologize.
Anous is just sort of saying, you're gonna get your own nighttime story, and it's just completely not working on her. He's like, Goldilocks was in the woods, and she found a house. There were bears in it, but not then.
While this is going on, we cut to the inside of the library. So, Rael, as I said, you've got the empty bookcases, the full bookcases, you've got the seating area, and you've got the front area. And you said you were looking for a trapdoor, right? Or some sort of hidden passage or something.
Sure, or like how vague can I be here? Could I look for anything that could be like Sylvany? I'll start with the bookshelves. How about that?
Roll me a investigation check.
Okay. That's good. That was only a 7.
A 7.
Yeah.
A 7. You don't see any there are some books there that are written in languages that you don't understand. Book titles that you can't. Yeah, exactly. Can't make out. But nothing seems to resonate with you. Please roll me a perception check.
Alrighty. 14.
14 just doesn't do it. This time you don't hear what's going on yet.
All right, keep a looking.
Keep a looking. Next up, that is Felina. Felina is going to take stock of what you guys are saying, hear out your weird things, and then say, "Here's a nice story for you. Even the old can carry the strength of a lion." And then she swings her sword right at Frank, who is still close to her from grabbing her wrist a little bit and getting pushed away. She's not having any of this. So she's gonna attack Frank here.
Do it.
With her sword.
As she swings, Frank's gonna look to McGinty and say, "You know, I think she probably did cheat at cards. You just never caught her cheating at cards."
Misses on the first attack. Second attack, Frank does a 15 hit.
15 hits hard. She has 2 attacks at her age?
She does.
What do you mean at her age?
Well, do you have 2 attacks?
And then that's going to be... Here we go.
I have to take a second attack in the middle of the night.
She sort of flicks her cane at you, Frank, and like slashes you for a total of 6 slashing damage.
Oof.
And next up, Frank.
Oh.
Anous is just going to remind the group that I am at the brink of death. I'm very close to
I don't want to fight this old woman.
No. Would have loved to put her to sleep.
There's also that necklace. Can't you use that necklace? The
If you rhyme.
chain of regain?
Oh, yes.
We have the
Good
chain of
call.
regain.
I can do that.
Regain or Rogaine?
The chain of Rogan. Joe Rogan.
I got a perfect
Joe
hair.
Rogan.
I don't need Rogaine. My hair looks great.
The chain of Rogaine.
You know what? Frank is inspired by Anous's attempts, and he's gonna try to put her to sleep as well.
Oh my god.
Now, listen here for this fine little story. You like animals? This is an animal story. And he starts talking about the 3 bears as he's casting his sleep.
It's the same story.
Shit. Oh no. Fuck.
You guys.
Also 17. Hey.
This time
you did
it
tell the
worked.
identical story.
He just said that, so you're not repeating it. What the fuck is your problem? Doesn't work, obviously.
Frank's gonna take a couple steps back and try to be within range of Anous's fancy shield, cause
Sure.
he wants some of that sweet hardy protection.
Right. Go ahead, McGinty.
McGinty is going to interpose himself between Felina and these idiots. And he's going to hold up his hands and he's going to go, "Look, what Frank did was wrong. He shouldn't have grabbed you like that. As you can see, my friend Anous is very badly hurt. We are not in our right minds. We are going to go home now. I'm so sorry this happened." And he's gonna make like a persuasion check to like diffuse.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage, yeah, that's not gonna do it. I got a 22, but then I got a 7.
Okay.
Oh, no.
That's not gonna work.
Oh boy.
And so
Have you heard about the 3 bears?
she doesn't like that whatsoever. She's tired of your 3 bears story. Jesus Christ.
If McGinty sees that this isn't, can you do a perception to see that
Yeah.
this didn't work?
Yeah, I think you can tell it didn't work. She doesn't look like she's backing down.
He's gonna like grab, like put his hands on the guy's shoulders and then just be like, "We have to go." And he's just gonna walk away.
You're disengaging.
Yeah,
You're gonna walk away.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So McGinty starts like backing away, leaving. Anous, what are you gonna do?
So Anous is also going to back away, but as he does, he's going to sing a little rhyming couplet, which is, the 3 bears came home, and Goldilocks was inside their home. You rhymed home with home.
What?
Uh,
What?
Like Kevin,
Thomas,
the DM has to
Thomas,
give approval,
we
right?
rap together, man. What the fuck was that?
I was in character. Anous is not as good at freestyling as me.
I'm absolutely not giving you the help back.
No.
You rhymed home with home.
Well, that may be true. What if I changed home to Goldilocks went to Rome?
Then you probably, I would have actually, that would have been fine.
But I didn't, so
but
it's
you're
too
not
late?
gonna get it this turn. You didn't get it this turn. You can try
Great.
again in your next turn, I guess.
Great. Then I'm going to cast Sanctuary on myself, which doesn't require me to be clever. And I'm going to... it just wards me against attacks. She has to make a wisdom saving throw if she wants to hurt me for 1 minute.
Okay.
Oh,
Sure
nice.
thing,
That's
sure
a good
thing.
one.
Now we are back inside the library. Rael, what's I'm gonna get you to give me a perception check at the top of your turn this time because now people have started to get hurt outside. There's some weapons are being drawn. Things
Oh,
are clanging.
what's this book? Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Nah,
Still in mare character.
hard pass.
Rael falls asleep.
Yeah, Rael has 17 HP. Those sleep effects worked on her for some reason.
Oh, these books are mighty fascinating because I only got a 7 per perception.
Oh my god, you don't hear it. Battle continues on. What are you looking for and where?
Like, is everybody too busy, or can I try and contact people through True Unity?
I mean, you can. Yeah, they're close enough to you that you could absolutely contact them. Have any of you, none of you have even told Rael what's going
Yeah.
on.
Psst.
She's just in there pretending to be the mayor and doesn't know what she's looking for. So-
Hey, everybody, it's Rael, aka J-Man. I'm inside. I
J-Man.
found a sleepy time book. What
J-Man.
else should I be looking for?
J-Man, this old woman is killing us.
What did you do?
We need you to find a book about some sort of animals that will put her to sleep.
Oh, well, I found one about Goldilocks and 3 bears. Will that work?
Now
We tried that one already twice. But maybe if we have a third book, it will be just right.
Maybe look up, like, creatures with white eyes or vile barbers. Maybe look up some types of monsters.
Investigate the history of the graveyard, maybe.
Sweeney Todd Barber of Belleville? Was that how does that work?
Of
you think?
Fleet Street, I believe. Fleet Street,
Oh, what?
that's an F.
Flint Street?
As
I
we're
can't
being,
read.
like,
I'm not from
murdered by
here.
this woman.
So that's it. I'm just looking
That was
for...
just a song that a bard sang. I don't think that was real.
No, okay. So just children's books. That's all you want me to look in here?
No,
Like,
the
nothing-
history of sylvan or fiendish creatures in the graveyard. Maybe something like that?
So look for a creature then. Okay.
Yeah. A bestiary. Or a
Okay.
book on runes and symbols.
Okay.
I'm going to let you look for the entire library because you guys had such a conversation about what specifically you're looking for. But I'd like you to roll me a pure luck check to see if there's a book about exactly what you're looking for.
Okay. 17.
17.
Nice.
You're like looking through the sections of different places and things like that. And in the front sort of desk area, you see just sort of like scattered with some other books, a book that says Jagar's Tome of Sigils and Houses.
This seems nerdy. I'll take it. Alright, I found a book, everybody. Hope you're doing okay out there. I'm just gonna flip through the pages a little bit. Good luck.
So it's Felina's turn now. Some of you started to back away. Frank, you're still close, and she is holding her sword out towards you. Now, McGinty, also, just so that you know, this type of behavior is surprising to you. You know,
Sure.
Like her spryness, her quickness, very, very shocking. Frank, she's holding her sword in front of you. She says, "Is that really the mayor in there?"
Yep.
McGinty's just shaking his head.
Roll me a deception check, Frank.
I'm screwed.
14.
She sort of looks suspicious a little bit. She keeps her sword out towards you, Frank, opens the door more and shouts in there, says, Mr. Mayor, I think it's time for you to go.
I haven't quite found 5 more minutes, Mom.
Wait, hold on. I thought you found it. I say psychically. Why does my party have a death wish?
We're gonna. She's gonna hold her action. I guess it goes down to you, Frank.
That's great. Frank went to stand by the giant shield, and then the shield backed away from him, exposing him to the sword. So, use that unity thought stuff and go so. Are we going to attack her? Are we not attacking her? She's still very aggressive.
You got to apologize, Frank. You started this.
Okay.
You can't just grab a random woman's arm.
I as the person who's maybe most familiar with angry older women, I think that there may not be a way to diffuse this situation. I mean, let's try, but we may have to confront her eventually.
Okay, Frank, having his sickle chain in his hands, just drops it to the ground in front of her, very, very dramatically as a gesture, and kind of leans in, ma'am, I am truly sorry for trying to raise up your sleeve. I just have a very personal quest to accomplish, and I thought that doing that might help it along.
We'll see what happens when Mr. Mayor is on his way out. Mr. Mayor, time to go.
All right, Felina. I see you've taken a good amount of time. Let us go. And then she pardon me, J-Man walks out of the library, does a slight head nod to Felina with a little tap on her head, and then walks right past her.
Oh my God. Felina takes it. As you guys are walking away, you hear her sort of lower her stance and kind of be less aggressive. She relocks up the door. You hear it lock. You guys are now out of combat, but she's waiting for you to leave. She's standing by the doors.
Mr. Mayor, would you like an escort home by chance?
Splendid idea, young chap. Yes, I will gladly accept an escort.
It would be our honor to make sure that J-Man is secure.
All right, tip-top. Let's go. Cheerio.
Very, very natural, very believable. Good job.
Miss Felina, can I just ask, are all librarians as strong and agile as you?
She doesn't respond to you. Is just staring at you all.
That's a fair response. I understand.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a little chat with Harriet when I get home.
Harriet pulls a knife out of her cane on you.
I think,
oh my God!
As we're walking away, I think I knew Trinity's should we check out the church before we head back, or is that just gonna have another crazy person in it? Probably.
Do we have a reason to suspect? I guess it's right there.
It's just we're here, and I think, didn't we blow up the wagon by accident? It just might be hard to get back.
You didn't blow up the wagon.
We might have just imagined it.
Okay.
That wasn't canon.
Well, that would have been very funny if that had happened.
Can you imagine? What sorts of crazy consequences would have spun out from that? Yeah, let's go check out the temple since we're right here.
Does anybody need any healing done?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to give that couplet another try, actually. You know what I think about Goldilocks? I think that girl rocks.
I so don't want to say yes, but it does feel fine. So take it. Take it.
Oh, great. I got a 12.
12. Great. Cool. As you guys are sort of leaving the library, you can see in the distance a carriage is on its way up. You can kind of make out the figure of Jacob at the riding along the top of it. You get the sense you'd have time to go to the church if you want to, but he'd also he pulls up to you. He says, "Hey, if you guys are looking to go back right now, you can. Oh, by the way," and he looks at you, Rael, and he says, I gave Alador your message. He said that the halflings are fine. So.
I don't know who you're referring to.
Oh yeah. He says that out to like you, the three of you. He's like, yeah, I don't know where your friend went, but Alador says the halflings are fine. Is that the mayor?
Indubitably.
A
tear runs down the mayor's face.
It's like
Tear of joy runs down the mayor's face.
It's like Daniel Kaluuya in Get Out. Your eyes are like wide open. Trapped inside your own body.
The sunken place.
What do you guys want to do?
At the church, do we see like some old priest that's just locking up and he has a walker or something?
No. Like the suns, I should say, are almost starting to come up right now. You can kind of see the hue starting to affect the sky. But no, the church doesn't seem like it's being locked up, or it looks like it's just a church. It may have some people in it, may not.
I didn't want to state this too bluntly, but Anous needs to pray.
Yeah, we've been through a lot tonight. I think a little bit of a holy, holy time could be good for our spirits. Let's go inside.
They probably also got some priests in there. Give us some of that willy-nilly healing magic.
You guys walk up to the church. As you guys walk up to the Church of Raspian, you see this old, mostly stone structure. I described this before, but it's a tall building, dusty windows at the top, and at the center point at the front of the building is a large silver circle with a triangle in it, with the lines of the triangle sort of pinched inward. You guys would know a little bit about the religion of Raspian. The followers of Raspian believe that Volanus was forged in a battle between light and darkness. Raspian is believed to be a protector and a guardian to the realm. She's often depicted in white armor with gold trim, in sort of like a classical knight's attire, and she has this metal flail that dangles from her helmet that almost looks like a braid that she removes to fight with. It's sort of like what people those are like the common depictions of Raspian that you guys are aware of. So that's just a little bit of lore for you guys. As you guys walk in, it's a big sort of empty church. You see one man is just lighting some candles at the altar, and as he hears the doors swing open, he looks over and just says, "Welcome, fellow children. You look as if you're seeking guidance. Perhaps you have come to the right place." And he starts to walk down the aisle towards you guys. And as he does that, a little dog actually comes up and starts to sniff you guys and kind of look at you. And he says, "Oh, Thistle, be nice, Thistle." And the dog is just sniffing around you guys, not making too much commotion.
Rael, never seeing a dog before, he starts growling at the dog as the mayor.
Mr. Mayor, this is very unusual.
Sorry, I don't like dogs.
I didn't realize that you were here. You'd never come to the Church of Raspian before. Welcome here. My name is Euron. I'm the head priest here. And he shakes the mayor's hand, and he greets you all. "Hello, welcome to the Church of Raspian."
Have you been awake all night?
Well, sometimes our duties keep us up late into the wee hours, but no, I'm a bit of an early riser myself.
No, because I think we were up all night.
Well, if you're looking to take a rest, you're welcome to do that here.
Yes, I would love a quiet place to pray a little and rest some, just to heal some of my weary bones, you know?
By all means. If you need a place to stay, I can offer you this. And he sort of walks over to the side of the hall and opens a door. And there's sort of like a small living quarters there. It's just like a very basic sort of area for where travelers and things like that might stay. He looks at you and says, Normally we keep this here for traveling seminaries and people who are coming to just pass by and do some work for us, but as of late we have not had much of that to do, so by all means, head on in and please rest if you need.
McGinty's gonna shuffle up to him. Morning, my name is McGinty. Folks call me Old McGinty. What's your name, perchance?
Euron.
Euron, do you know anything about the Fae? Being a man of magic and mystery?
The Fae. Only from what I've, read about or heard stories of. Yes, another plane of existence almost, a place of darkness and a place of trickery and a place of elusive behavior, but that's all I really know, When Raspian made a pact with the people of Alonis, she promised to protect us from outside forces as well as inside forces and evils that may happen from any realm. But our realm is thought to be protected by Raspian, and things of the Feywild. I've heard tell of evil things crossing over into our realm, but not had to experience that yet, whether it's from the Fey or Shadowfell.
So, how exactly does Raspian protect us? Like magical force fields or like holy warriors?
Well, in all sorts of ways. You see, in a way, this house of Raspian is a form of protection from the elements outside. In, your kindness and love to one another is Raspian protecting you from
Got it.
evil things.
Raspian is in all of us. We are all Raspian.
Exactly.
Okay.
Brother. And he sort of embraces you.
Yeah, okay. So there's no like magical force field or barrier that has weakened lately because of maybe somebody like Mr. Right or
I'm not quite sure. I certainly hope not.
Oh, you've been very helpful. Thank you. Thank you, Euron.
Frank's gonna kind of explore the place. He's gonna see if he can kind of spot like a confessional, but like an empty one. Like empty on both sides.
I'll say this: you guys get the sense that Euron and Thistle are the only two things in this building. Like it's empty. It's too early for people to be here, and Euron seems to be the only priest around. There is a confessional booth, I guess, of sorts. In the Church of Raspian, they don't do it's not like Catholicism, so they don't do confessionals about your sins and things like that. It's looked at as a place to sort of talk about moments where you weren't protecting everybody that you were supposed to be protecting.
Frank is sold. He's in there.
Okay. And like Euron sees that like you went into the confessional booth instead of going into the resting chambers, and it's like, I guess I'll go deal with this. So he walks into the
Frank kind of
side of the booth.
leans as like not necessary. I got this one.
Okay. And Euron just closes the door on his side and leaves. Please rest up. Take if you need anything. My quarters are just over here, and he indicates to the other side of the hall, and says, just knock if you need anything. And don't worry about Thistle. She's fine. And the dog just kind of like curls up on the floor.
McGinty's gonna like true unity everybody and go, well, if it looks like we're kind of bedding down and taking a break, I'm gonna go home to my wife. Why don't y'all swing by the bakery and we can check out that book tomorrow?
Okay.
So like we should go all the way across town to your bakery and then back to the library?
No, are you so like whipped that you can't spend one night away from your
No, I have so much love and respect for my partner that I know that she would probably want me around for emotional support.
Okay.
All right, well, why am I even worried about what you think, Anous?
I'm a bad boy now. Look at my hair.
That new haircut's really gone to his head.
Quite literally.
Yeah, like, are people thinking, like, they're gonna rest here, or?
Yes, I thought I would pray a little and then rest for the evening.
Frank kind of does a telepathic nod that you feel. You feel that in your brain that Frank kind of agrees.
Like it.
So McGinty's going to go home. Are you guys going to rest? The three of you going to rest here?
Yes, I believe so.
Read my sleepy time book.
First, Frank is gonna spend some time in that confessional, and he kind of shuts off his unity for a moment, so that.
I mean, it's not always going. You can turn it
Nope,
on and off.
it is always
it's
gone.
It's not like you guys have full-blown access to each other's thoughts.
Frank is cutting it off like very formally right now. He kind of like pulls out this picture of his family that he's looking at while he's in the confessional. Hey Maria, it's me again. I haven't been doing too great lately. I know I promised you that I'd figure this out, but keep running into dead ends and dead, so much dead. And I don't know. I kind of need your support right now. Whatever you can send, I'd appreciate it. I'll try to do my best. A few more clues, I can figure this out, and maybe we'll see Sarah again. All right. You take care up there.
Okay, so you guys get the benefits of your long rest. McGinty, Jacob's taken you home. I guess we'll say, McGinty, that you told Jacob that they were planning to come back in a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jacob makes his way back down there in the morning to pick up everybody.
I'm gonna give him 5 gold just to be like our guy, like our valet.
Privatize him. I like that. Small business thinking.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe you could
Thanks,
deliver some of
man.
these loaves of bread while you're out and around.
Oh, jeez. So now he's the delivery guy for patisserie. McGinty's hired a delivery man. Yeah.
Hey, while we were during our rest or short rest or whatever, can I investigate the dead imp that I've carried with me?
Oh my god.
So the mayor was just holding a dead imp.
Now that's what I call leadership.
Scare him
So
off.
in all these interactions we've just had, you've been carrying a dead imp and look like the mayor.
Indeed.
Well, maybe
I do
when
think
you disguise self, the dead imp turned into like a messenger bag or like a
The
briefcase.
imp, the imp looked like documents labeled unbalanced budget, and you had killed it by balancing it.
So I do believe that the effects of disguise self do wear off at a certain point.
yeah,
so
after
we're gonna
about
say
an
that-
hour. But I've forgotten about that. So
So the priest is looking at this paperwork while you're asleep, and then it slowly starts morphing into a dead imp corpse.
Oh my god. Okay, so this dead imp is inside your quarters with you, and you're what do you want to investigate it? What are you looking for?
just like anything markings on its body, or is it wearing clothes? I don't know. Anything.
The imp itself was not wearing clothes. No, it has like a harder sort of armory kind of skin almost. It isn't wearing clothes. I mean, it's really just a dead imp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then Rael speaks over to Frank and be like, "Hey, you know about dead stuff, right?"
Yeah, some might even say I went to school for it.
Frank
cool.
Frank brings the imp back so they kill it again.
It kills you guys, and McGinty has to go on the rest of the adventure by himself.
Well, that's kind of my thinking. Is there some way that you could not revive it per se, but be able to maybe get it to reenact its last conversation or whatever?
So speak with dead is a spell.
It is.
Can you do that, Frank?
I'm checking right now.
As Frank stares off into the middle distance. Let me just check.
Rael, I've looked through my tome, and it is definitely in there. It is something I can do. I just can't do it right now.
Okay.
So if you can carry around that imp for like 2 more levels, I'm your guy.
Yeah, not a problem. Sure thing. and sticks it back in my belt.
You have a bag of holding. Put it in the bag of holding, surely.
It's more ominous this way.
You know how it
Scary.
is. You put something in your cupboard, you forget it's there. Better just to have it on hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough.
If we're able to have like 100 episodes later and then pull out a dead imp out of the bag of holding, beautiful.
Yeah, in your fight with the big bad at the end of the game, you guys are gonna just whip a dead imp at him to kill him. Yeah. You guys are waking up. Rael, you're doing some weird pseudo autopsy on this imp. And you get in the carriage. I guess we'll cut over to McGinty here for a second. So McGinty, you get home. You see Harriet. She says, "Oh, hello. You were out late again. I see."
Yes, honey, I'm. Things are gonna be a bit weird, going forward, just because there seems to be otherworldly invaders. I mean, you know, we were attacked by them here, and so I'm gonna have an unorthodox schedule for the next, who knows how long, and I apologize for that.
She puts her hands on your shoulders and she looks at you in the eyes and she goes, "Ernest, we've been together for a long time. I know what you're like. Things will be fine. If you tell me we need to pack up and go, we need to pack up and go. If you tell me we need to stay, we need to stay. If you tell me you need to go away for a while, I'll be right here. That's okay."
I hope it doesn't come to that. We had a run-in with Felina from your poker group.
Okay.
And she pulled out a sword and tried to attack us, and she was like really spry. She really was with it.
My Felina.
Yes, okay.
My Felina.
My Felina.
Yes, yeah. So you're close. She definitely.
No, she's like the Felina that plays cards with me.
Yes,
every
your
week.
Felina. Yes.
She attacked you with a sword.
Well, to be fair, one of my friends, Frank, you know Frank, he did kind of make an aggressive move, but what? Where does she get these skills? Why is she so talented?
Not quite sure. I'm not sure. You know, she's never. I've never really gotten to know her that well. I mean, I know that she came to the town maybe a couple of years ago, but I really don't know that much about her. We're friends, but we don't really talk about those sort of things. We more gossip, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, of course, yes. Well, maybe you can ask her some leading questions next time. And
Is
let me
everything
know.
okay? Is she all right?
Well, she tried to kill us, so
And you want me to
I
ask
think
her
like
leading
a
questions?
7 out of 10. Fine.
I don't, Ernest, I don't want to ask her leading questions if she tried
You're
to
right.
kill
You're right.
you.
You're right. I think I don't want to put you in any danger, of course. Maybe just keep your ears open.
Of course,
And,
of
see
course.
if-
I'll ask the other ladies at the poker club
Yes.
if they know.
Of course. Yes.
if they know anything about her.
Use
okay?
that gossip network.
Yes, of course, of course.
Perfect.
I heard you had a run-in with with Ruta Dalton the other day.
Oh yes. It was
Timothy's wife.
Yes, Timothy's wife. Is she part of your group too? I can't remember.
Well, no, but we all talk. So
Maybe you should include her. She had quite the scare.
all right.
Do I, honey, do I come across as aggressive to you? Like if I were to shout hello on the street, would you panic and get ready to fight me?
If you to shout hello in the house right now at me,
No, but that doesn't
I wouldn't
make
try
sense.
to fight you, but I would say, Ernest, why are you yelling? That's quite
No,
aggressive.
what I mean is, do I put off aggressive vibes before you got to know me?
Oh, honey, I don't think so.
Okay, well you're
I don't
biased.
think
You're
you
biased.
could hurt a fly.
You're
And then she
biased.
like taps you on the arm.
Yeah,
After
no,
seeing
we-
you guys
we
like
both
fully
laugh.
dismember that.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, hopefully all of this crazy stuff doesn't last too long and we can get back to normal.
Yes. Now, You should get to bed, sir. And she puts the general hat on and kind of points at the bed. Like you have to go to
Okay.
sleep.
All right.
Or maybe they're fucking now. I don't know. Give me a performance check. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
Let's role play
Advantage.
this.
Advantage.
Yeah, I didn't. When I did the general hat thing, I didn't think she was gonna. It was gonna be a cake.
I guess it is. Aye, aye, sir. We don't need to see that. We can cut away.
No, we can cut away from McGinty and.
We'll have another.
Unity is also off.
Yeah.
McGinty just called me a dirty little girl?
Another great split screen.
McGinty, in the morning, are you going to go with Jacob to go back to get them, or are you waiting for them to come to you?
What makes the most sense? Like, do we think that there's anything else to do in that quarter, in that area of the city?
I think we're gonna head back and report on what we've found. Probably.
Yeah, let's go back to that hideout where we found all the bodies.
Sure. So should we say that you guys agreed to meet there the next day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, on your way back into town, things as the three of you get into the carriage, you notice, the ceiling is nice and upholstered. Things are looking good. As you guys sort of make your way back into the town, there's hustle and bustle. People are moving about. Things are going. Things seem to. There's almost an air of like a new energy in the town as you guys are getting there, and but before you guys can make it to like the real heart of the town, the main part where there's a lot of residences and stuff like that, the three of you come across the carriage halts all of a sudden, and you feel a light tap on the top, and you don't hear that.
We can
well because
barely
of the
hear it.
upholstered
It's
ceiling.
upholstered.
Yeah. It's an upholstered ceiling, and as you guys look out, you see there's something blocking the road. There's on the left of the road, there's a destroyed house that seems to have been crushed under the weight of a very large leg that is attached to the rest of a very large body that is covering the middle of the road, and the shoulders end, and then the trees and the forest that's very thick seems to take off. So there's this giant laying in the middle of the road, passed out, or asleep, or dead, but they're certainly not moving, and you don't know what's going on. And that is where we are going to end our session.
Oh, we know what's going on. Somebody read them a story about bears.
Thank you so much, everybody, for listening to this episode of What We Do in the Basement. We now have social medias that we can plug, so let's do that. You can find us on Instagram at WWDITB. Also on Twitter under @WWDITB. On Facebook at What We Do in the Basement. As always, I have been your host and DM, Kevin Rambaran.
I've been Thomas Tolles playing Anous Weasel.
Luke Cessalon playing Frank the Bloodpath Abomination.
I'm Jesse Bergen. I played Ernest McGinty.
And Natasha Duran as Rael Nilo.
Thomas, you got a quote for us?
I do. From everyone's favorite cartoon aardvark, having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card. And a fun piece of trivia from this
Best rhyming couplet.
Yeah, I know. From this Arthur fandom wiki. So on the side of the page, there are some popular pages on the Arthur wiki. Yep. And one of the popular pages is Arthur. One of them is DW. And then the third most popular page is Mao Zedong. Don't know why, but apparently Mao...
Wait,
there is an animalized version of Mao in the show Arthur that appears...
What?
Yep. The Chinese
Mouse,
communist...
Mouse Zedong.
Yeah.
Chairman Mao?
So in the cartoon, he is a bear. He's in the episode Sue Ellen Gets Her Goose Cooked. And apparently there's someone named Sun Tzu 49 is like playing an online game and has a portrait of Mao in the background. So, great TV show. Anyway, I
this
wanted
is
to share
insane.
That. Yeah.
We'll see you next time in the basement.
Ooh.